Kitty, 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 kitty. I think I want some grape juice. No, I know what I want. I know what I want. I had an idea to try this. My little gray kitten. My little gray kitten with the cute little toes. Little gray kitten with the little gray toes. He said my toes aren't gray, my toes are little white toes. In case you didn't know, I got little white toes. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Hold on, Mom. I'll start my talk in just a second, Mom. I want to get some juice. I should have done this first. Want to try it? I think I'm gonna fry cabbage for dinner. Cooked cabbage. Does that sound alright?
Yeah.
Maybe some rice?
Yeah. Stan really likes the lights.
Little gray kitty?
Yeah, he likes to watch when he's so cute.
Oh, that's pretty good. Try this, Ma. Grape juice and cherry Sprite.
That's a good combination.
You like that?
There's a kick to it.
Has a little kick to it, Ma. I'll put this over here. I think it's been 4 days since I done one of these, Ma. Hey, Nate. What's that?
You don't have to. You shouldn't rinse them on.
I haven't been in the mood. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. And shoot, I hate when the moon's in Cancer. I freaking cry a lot, man. And yesterday was my birthday, and bless and release. It was a good day for the most part, though. You know, I got these. 48, Ma. 48. I got these.
I don't believe that.
I went and picked these up
Oh.
yesterday. Some Gerber daisies.
That was like a painting.
Yeah, huh? I should take some pictures and paint these, huh?
Yeah. Yes, do, Margie.
Yeah.
That's where
I got that other picture of the horse I want to paint, but I got to go to and have it printed out so I can look at it.
Oh, to get the direction.
To get, yeah. I wish I could just like take a look at a horse and then go home and, oh, this is every little line that I saw in my brain. And I got other stuff I got to think about, so.
That's a pretty floor, isn't it?
Yeah, they all are. I got 3. They all are. There's that one and that one, so. I want to talk a little bit about role playing and how they're getting us. How they're getting us. You know, we can find all the answers, you know, have the decodes to all and find all the answers of who's doing what. But when it comes down to an ultimate, what are we gonna do personally about this stuff? You know, Benny, get out of there. You do this every time I started talking. I'm gonna get angry with you. Go, lay down. Come on, be a good dog. Good boy. Good boy, Benny. He does that stuff on purpose. Because he's, anyway, dogs do that. Shannon had a dog that every time we got on the phone, or she got on the phone with anybody, the dog would get in her face, and then she'd go to the refrigerator and get dog cookies and give it to the dog. I'm like, dude, you realize the dog trained you to give it cookies every time you got on the phone? You realize that, right? People don't get stuff. People don't get stuff every day. And I just watch how people don't get stuff. And I'm just like, okay. Bless and release. Bless and release. So, they're creating a whole lot of cognitive dissonance in the planet right now. I mean, that's what they all do. They pay themselves 6 figures to just create freaking nuttiness. To just, you know, whether you watch the news or don't watch the news, we get the news. I look at like headlines and stuff like that. Still, just getting that headline, reading that bullshit, spikes my endocrine. Like, boom, that's not fair. Boom, it's a hit to my endocrine system. Boom, that's bullshit. Boom, that's not fair. Constantly, all day long, people's energy fields are getting berated by bullshit, whether they're actively going to see it or not. I am not actively going to see it. It finds me, though. So I must be some kind of bullshit magnet. Anyway, so, that doesn't say a lot for the handful of people that watch my videos. Just kidding. So, you know, I grew up, I remember going to churches, you know, where they teach you things. You know, there's things, you know, don't do these things. You don't fuck your neighbor's wife or husband. You know, you don't want to even. You don't, you know, murder people. You don't, there's a whole list of things. And it's not just like, you know, in Western, it's just, you don't, universal law. You don't hurt things. Right? And then here in America, you know, where they're indoctrinating and they're shoving in people for all time. You got to go to college to get a good job, to take care of your family. You got to have a family so you can take care of them. Just all this, just programming crap, just constantly I hated it, man. I didn't want to grow up because I didn't want that expectation that I'm gonna have to fucking hang out with some hairy ass meathead and have to have relations with them and then get pregnant and have babies, because none of that has ever sounded like a good fucking time to me, ever. None of it. It's just all bleh, bleh. Yeah, bleh. Hairy butts, bleh. None of it, ever. Never. Nope. I even tried to trick myself for a little while when I was like 15, 16, you know, here and there. But I could never trick myself unless I was on alcohol. Unless I was wasted drunk. And then I wasn't, it was just, my spirit had left, and then the demons came in, and ew. But anyway, so they tell you don't kill people, don't harm people, don't kill people. You know, it's what something that they impress. You don't kill people, right? If you kill people on the street, you know, you go to jail, and then what? And then what happens? But wait, there's this other storyline over here, where you get to volunteer to go into a group, and they take anybody. They take the cream of the crop. They used to take people, instead of put them in jail, they put them in the military. So it ain't no prestigious thing. Yeah, it's like, they're now like retention and freaking trying to get to recruit, you know. It's all bullshit, you know. I would love to see it all go away. All the military go away. The biggest resource hog in the world, you know. Anyway, it's just a club. It's just a club. That's all that it is. It's a club. And I freaking hate clubs and freaking paid membership required. and all that shit, you know, for inclusion. You know, we're at a crucial point in time in life, you know, that people just are like, people are looking for answers, like, what's going on? You know, so this person has their idea of what's going on. This person has theirs, right? So what are people doing? They're taking what they know and they're fucking zipping their lip on the public interfaces, and they're going to take it over to the paid content because what they have to say is that important when nobody's that important. So, you know, I fell for it too, man. I fell the indoctrination, the programming, because of my brother, and he is like the most program person I know. It makes $156,000 a year. That's how I know politicians were shit on their families, because it happened to me personally and directly, right? That's how I know people in government don't give a shit about fucking people, because they don't give a shit about their own mothers and their own sisters and their own brothers, and they're just, you know, it's just how it is. And they prove it every day. Every day. Every day. With their inaction. Right? So, what was I talking about? I was talking about how you don't kill people. That, you know, some people go to places like churches and stuff like that, and if they get to hear it, you know, if that seed's planted. But think about how many people don't go to church. How many people don't get told that you don't cause harm to other people, right? See, because my Generation X, fuck the planet, man. They fucking enabled their kids, their children, people my generation. You know, high school graduated in 92, born in 74. Fucking ruined everything by freaking enabling your kids, freaking doing everything for them, always every step of the way, you know. And now we get to see... Dude, I saw a story. It was sad to see that this couple died. Or not the couple. She lived. He died. Military, retired 25 years. Big old fat guy, you know, because they all get fat. You go in the military, you get fat because you're just a glutton. You just, because, you know, you work so hard. You work so hard for your whole life. You know, what people deserve, man. This world is flushing down the toilet because of what people tell them they deserve in life. You know? Oh, they work. They hardly do nothing, but they tell themselves they work so hard, you know? And the measure in like a big scheme of like the world and like goodness that people are putting out, stuff like anything having to do to marketing. I'm not talking about rainbow. Look at all this stuff that is fluff. All the made up paradigms that exist just so people can have money. The stock exchange. The military. Yeah, has nothing to do with freedom. You know, the only time we ever should be pulling triggers is when somebody invades this land. But see, what they figured out is we just go over and take everybody else shit, and kill people in other people's countries, which is hilarious, all the fucking bleeding hearts with the Ukraine right now. Because it's like, why wasn't the country mad when Obama, the butt bandit, yeah, when he was bombing freaking civilians in Syria? Nobody cared then, right? Nobody cared. You know, so now it's like, oh, it's these people. This guy's bad. So, oh, here comes the bleeding hearts. Here come the people that care. The thoughts and prayer people. Biggest bunch of freaking spiritual bypassing bullcrap, man. I everywhere I go on the internet, I'm just like, oh, I could just picture you trying to freaking collect your water. You know what I mean? These YouTubers and stuff. I could see, you know, trying to, you know, like everybody's living freaking Walking Dead. And the playing fields level, you know, 3 days. Most of the population you don't got to worry about. They'll be gone. Stuff like that happens. I am worried about it. Me and Mom were survivors. We might not have luxuries like electricity and stuff like that, but you know what? I got a lot of years of freaking listening. I could about play out Longmire, and I'm getting to get to know, you know, Northern Exposure. I got a new show. We got Mom Likes Monk. We got Monk and Columbo. I got a lot of good stuff for my birthday. I got an erectus sketch because I feel like that's what God's gonna do any second. Oh shit, what was that? I have a feeling that's what God's gonna do any second. He's gonna be like, okay, this is how the world there's a little sticker on it, it's no wireless. I kinda actually like that. I kinda wonder if I could. But I need wireless to make videos, even though I don't really want to do those very often these days. So, but, you know, God's about to do a reset. I can't wait. I'm an Aries. How cool is that? And there's stuff that I got. This is going to hang. This is a ring. I'm going to hang it from my rear view mirror. I like birthday loot. It was so cool. If it wasn't for this one lady, man, I'd be a miserable human being. I'd be so, because nobody fucking Facebook with people's little whatever. Nobody cares. and the circumstances of my birth have always been, you know, I wasn't they didn't want me. I was always. And then people were mad at themselves because they had me. And then they took it out on me and it had nothing to do with me. Fucking dicks. It's not me, man. It's fucking them, dude. People suck. You know? People my just because me and mom are cool now, it doesn't mean that we always been cool, man. I had a lot of shit to get over. Get over it, Marge. Well, I did. You know. Why didn't you, Jerome? So, I got all these rocks. I got all kinds of rocks and stuff. And this is really cool. I just am worried about where am I going to put it to keep it cool. Because it's actually, this has beeswax on it. You can't really tell, but it has beeswax on it. It's it's tribute to the Crows. Mixed media encaustic art using beeswax, oil paints, pigments, and collage to create an expression of nature on recycled wood. Magnus Opus Academy symbol. I don't know. It doesn't say where she's out of. But that's cool. That's cool. So it's still cool enough in here now. But I might actually have to put that in the refrigerator. You know what, Mom? And I got this. This is really cool. Oh no! Honest, direct, see, this is the thing. All of these things, if people don't have this in them, they're not going to give a shit about it in anybody else. So it doesn't matter if people are like this, really. That's how I look at it. It doesn't matter. I've been freaking ignored. I was talking to my buddy yesterday, and she was like, I just want you to know you're loved. And I was thinking to myself, what does that mean? What does that mean to me? What does that mean when people say, I never knew? Because I know I love things, and because I love things, I take care of them. I do things for them. I make sure they're comfortable, you know. I try not to cause stress. I know I do cause stress, but I really try not to. But, you know, so I know I do that when I love things. But my whole life, people have said, I love you. And then the words just fall out of their mouth, and then that's it. I don't hear from them. I don't talk to them. You know, I reach out. I don't get, it's like, it's these roles that people play. They're taught. If you want somebody to act a way that you want them to act, say things like, you love people. Because there's a lot of people never had love, so it's like, we're like, oh, you love me? Oh, okay. Treat me like, do whatever you want. I don't care because you love me. And because all the love I've ever experienced has always been attached to pain, strife, in the name of love. The freaking neglect that I've had to endure in the name of how many Christmases did I have to spend on a Greyhound bus in the name of court-assigned love. It's these roles that people play. But see, I've always lived as I've interpreted things. See, I've lived in the heart space. I've been my authentic, true, real self. I've never not. So it's fucking laughable to me to see all these people stepping into their light. Do you know your fucking shadow? Everybody can put on the good face of being a good Samaritan and being nice. Who's nice all the time? People act like you're nice all the time. I'm like, you're a liar, and I just hope I'm there to see when the true you really comes out. People that are nice all the time that never get mad. What, you got your moon never goes through cancer? It's all rad for you all that? That's a load of denial, freaking heap of crap, Another thing people have done, they created their own little bubble. We're supposed to be creating heaven on earth for everybody, making things better for everybody. And all over social media, people are doing it for their selected groups, for their own cause, their own little agenda, everywhere. Whether it's their own family and shut the world out, because everybody, it's everybody, every man for himself. That's where we're going, to every man towards himself. That's what people are headed to, because it's everywhere. It's in the media. It's all over. I get evidence everywhere. People every day have an opportunity to just help make others feel valued. If they value themselves. Usually that's how it starts. That's the thing. That's a tell for me. When people value themselves, they see things like valuing other people. When people don't value themselves, they're not going to see value in other people. They're just not. This stuff is just like fucking Psych 101. But I guess not a lot of people is taking Psych 101. It's just like common sense, just like, but most of the society is just living a narrative that they're told to live. Hey, man, I ain't dinging nobody. I did it myself, man. I was in the Air Force. I was right in the middle of it. Off at Air Force Base, fucking flipping off baby bitch Bush, the bird, out the 8-shot painter door on 9/11. I did 6. I was like, this is bullshit, man. We did this to ourselves, man. America did that to America. I don't want no part of this, But, how many of those age rangers, or whatever, maybe they switched careers, maybe they went to another job, but still sucking Uncle Sam's D for 20 years for that pension, making connections, hanging out, connecting with, it's all that bros club, defending for, but they all freaking living on compounds with their ATVs, all these people with so much. I cruise that freaking Cubs can never be kings. And I'll pop in to see where that dude's ego is. And that guy, dude, he is going to have a rude awakening, man. That dude, he was like standing there in his garage and in his studio, right? In his production studio with all of his lights and his, right? And his warehouse. It's like there's fucking homeless people everywhere, all over the place surrounding him, right? And he's got his Mercedes and his D-bag douche car this and his D-bag douche car that. Freaking every make and model of every person I've seen for years, I look at, I'm like, people that drive cars like that, they're just scumbags. They're just scumbags. There's no, I've worked really hard all my life. I deserve this. No. This world isn't like that anymore. This world isn't that place. Nobody deserves as much crap that they have when so many people are just, and all because we're just born. I get to struggle, I've been struggling most of my life because my parents, got divorced and then hooked up. I don't even know. See, that's the thing, is I don't even know the circumstances of my own birth. It was never none of your business. I didn't even find out I was a bastard until a few years ago. You do those ancestry things, you find things like your parents' divorce. Fucking, yeah, in 1972, and I was born in 74. Surprise! You know? And my whole life, people treated me like I was like a freaking little piece of shit because they couldn't keep it in their pants. And every time my mom looked at me, she hated me because she could just see my father's face. And then I'd have to go down and see him. And he hated me because he would just see my mother's face. And quite frankly, I didn't want either of their faces on me. Yeah. So, when people are going out there living the best version of your life, just remember there's a lot of us down here that aren't where we want to be. You know what I mean? I fucking even went to college, man. I even fucking did all that shit. They don't make systems. I can't even get nobody to help me from Health and Human Services. In fucking Taos, New Mexico. There's like 7,000 people. You know, nobody at the fucking VA clinic, can't get callbacks from them. But these motherfuckers are still getting paid every month. Yep, they're still direct deposit. They get fatter as they sit there and not work. And they, stuff in their faces. I'm over here, well, the only way I can stay freaking not dead is freaking stay healthy. So I just do my poor man's way, Because even my brothers told me. He said, Marge, not a lot of people have really done you a lot of favors in life. Yeah, it's weird, man. People want to know about narcissists. I know a lot about them. I come from them. Surrounded by them. Yeah. See, and I'm not one of those that's going to be like, but my daddy was a great man because he's my daddy. No, my dad is not a great man. He's never done great things. And that's, people are blinded by devotion of relations. Because you're related to them. People are devoted to people that freaking don't give a shit about you. But you just got to be part of that club. Oh, this was cool too. Little termite and sap. You see that? That's pretty cool. So, the roles people play. Mostly I just go through life and I'm like, no. Yeah, I see your role. I see your role. I see your role. I see your. It's just. I don't want people that are playing. I would rather deal with scumbag fucking scoundrels that are gonna fucking rob me in front of my face, as long as I know that that's what they are. At least I know what I'm dealing with. Freaking people that are freaking energetic liars. Just. I'd rather stay home and do nothing. My body hurts too much, man. It's like my endocrine system frickin' flashes these days. It's like my bullshit frickin' meter is going off. And everywhere I go, it's going off. So now it's like I go to the store, I drive the long way to the store, or the gas station. I occasionally go to the store, and there's not really a whole lot of fun to be had in my life right now. until we get to where we want to be in our forever home. And then, you know what? And then I can be like everybody else and just like, okay, I got everything I want. I got everything I need. I'm going to check out too. I'm going to live as every man for himself too. Cause me and Mom, all we need is a one bathroom place. We don't need much. And then I'll just make my pet furniture and do my little odds and end things, and just live in my local community and really, if whatever happens out there, man, it's gonna be interesting. I just know, I see every day I see people that are just inept, man. They are not ready. They are not conditioned. They are not for just booga booga. For in people that are intense. You know, I don't put my hand out on people, but people are like, oh my God, she's scary. What kind of fuck? Dude, and what is with, I am not sympathetic to pronouns. I tell you that right now. Freaking figure it out, people. You don't like how your body is, you change it, you're gonna keep living fucking Groundhog's Day until you come in and you just learn to love the body that God gave you. Learn to love what you got. Learn to deal with what you got. You change it, do-over. You cut off your wiener and think you're a woman, do-over. God don't make junk. And for people to freaking go around and freaking change themselves because they don't feel comfortable. I have never felt comfortable in my skin. There's never been a consecutive period of time where I was like, man, that was a good year. Yeah, it's just finding joy in every situation, in times of diversity or not. And I just see a whole lot of people that haven't had those times of diversity. Everybody gets their chance. You know? We're supposed to be the angels of this earth, the practitioners, the custodians, the keepers, and these twisted, demented ideologies got out of control because they think they're something, but somebody they're not. It's weird. So no, I am not. I'll tell you what, you worried about your pronouns? Tell me your fucking name. I will call you nothing but your fucking name. I'm sick of this shit. We live in a society where just people are coddled. Boys, girls. I wanted to be a boy when I was a little girl. And you know why? Because it was easy to pee standing up. This was my thinking. And women always took care of the men. I was always surrounded. Doesn't matter what the because I would go to where their money was on dad's side, where there's people, and women always catered to men. And I was like, that's a good gig. I would rather be the one taken care of than the one having to take care of somebody. But that wasn't my life experience. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah, I know, huh? Yeah, most people in this town, and I'm out there all the time dancing around, There are people in this town that are promoting fitness and health, and those are the people that I'm grateful for in Taos, New Mexico. There are people that are like I haven't connected. See, I'm not going to go in and try and be a part of somebody else's thing. I'm trying to do my own thing here. See, you know what I'm going to do? They have a homeless camp in Albuquerque. I want to have a place for travel, not a homeless camp. There's plenty of empty places all over the place, man. People could be squatting, people could be in their place, but there's some bureaucrat somewhere that's 12th generation bullshit, something or other, and I can mock that too, because mom was adopted by a man who his father was like, article in the paper, was a terrible accident. It was a terrible thing. Kid got decapitated. He was a businessman in Portales. So I have to if you want to use the nepotism card, by relation I should be frickin' with my foot in the door saying, you know what? No new trucks for fat cops. Get your ass out there, run around the fucking rink at the park or the football field. Maybe bring your kids out with them. Maybe have them run around It's really windy out. It's really windy out. People got to try harder. And I've been trying so hard and I'm just like out of juice. Oh, I got these really cool socks too. I forgot about that. Buzz off. And then I got these socks. I'm wearing one of them now. This is all that I was like, I read that. I was like, so I'm a complete asshole. These are character defects. These are shadow aspects that I get to overcome. Now, because yesterday was my birthday. Oh, I wore the other one. I don't know what the other one is. But I was like, I hope the other one says something nice. But it does. It has all the positives, you know. But it's in the laundry, I think. So. Yeah. That's all I hear, too. That's all I hear, too. All I hear is blah, blah, blah. Every time I go out in Taos. Yeah, now we're gonna have the farmers market. Well, it's like, okay, we're the people that care about community, because you're going to go down to farmer's market and be able to say, get eggs. Yeah, you buy them from the local community. They're $5 a freaking dozen, but because they came from a local egg, you know, it's better. Money doesn't matter. Money isn't even a real thing. And you have so many freaking idiots in society that are easily distracted by this carrot. This dangled carrot, this dream, this idea, this fantasy that if you behave in a certain way, that all your dreams will come true. And that is a terrible misconception. It's a terrible misconception. Terrible. You know? I see it around here all over the place, man. It's like everybody's freaking house poor, but the dudes all drive around in their freaking $60,000 trucks. You know, way to take care of your family. I guess as long as your kids have a freaking jumpy, bouncy house, you're just freaking dad of the year. Right? And people's priorities are just fucking skewed, man. But hey, that's all right, because they all get a chance. They all get a chance to step up, because we're seeing what people are really made of. Heck, you know, maybe I'm a complete phony. Maybe I'm a complete fraud. And that might come out to revelation here pretty quick. You know? It's just, the more is being revealed all over the place. Everywhere. Everywhere. Even in my own life. I don't want it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything else. I don't want to know any secrets. I just want all the skeletons that ever happened, you know, and my family will just stay estranged. I mean, it was hard enough freaking finding out I was raped when I was a 10-month-old baby, you know? I mean, that begs the question, where are your fucking parents when something like that happens, you know? And then when I read the police report when I was in junior high, I was like, oh my goodness, that explains why my hip pops the way it does. You know, I was never mad about this stuff. I never thought I was a victim. I just looked at, you know, at things that happen to people. Just things that just happen, you know, just things that happen. And then I go out and they put me in school and they you know, and do this and do that, and I'm just like, well, you know, don't talk about things that ever happened to you, God forbid. You know, but act like you're like all these other people, you know, that are all fucking vacant and clueless because they ain't got nothing ain't bad. They never. I mean, they go to scary movies because they want to see what it's like to live, you know, in fear. And I never liked going to scary movies because my life was so fucking horrific growing up, you know? And all the while, the people that never, like, supported me emotionally were just telling me that I needed to not be selfish. Ain't that a fucking trip? And I was the last born, you know? And then I discovered is what people saw in me were things that they didn't, either they don't have them in themselves and they don't recognize them and they don't like them, or they are things that they see in me that they don't like about themselves. Yeah, so I don't mind when people freaking get all pissed off at me and stuff like that. Because I go out and people have been so freaking rude to the stuff that I have just allowed just to turn to the other cheek is just ridiculous. The crap that I've had to put up with people that I don't even know that just look at me and I don't do that to people. I don't look at people and be like, oh, they're an asshole, oh, they're this and they're that. If I freaking come across somebody and they feel I'm getting an energetic vibe of them, that's a different thing. I am not going out and looking at people's character defects to match my character defects in them. I'm not doing that. I try and meet everybody as a level playing ground. But it's the weirdest thing when I freaking when people freaking respond to me so negatively. More so than positive. I do have my positive, and those are the positive interactions are what sustain me. They really are. The world is not, I mean, people think that, you know, it's just, they don't see it coming. I feel, you know, God, it is not. I mean, all these people keep saying that this is a wonderful time to be alive and what a great, this is not a fun time to be alive right now. It's not. It's not. If you're like really in tune to the collective and we're all connected, because you got these people that are all, you know, living in their little pink cloud of ignorance is bliss, and then you have these people that are just like, God, man, I can't seem to get my footing, get anywhere, because all these people are hogging all the resources when there is supposed to be collectively enough for everybody, right? Because regular people don't want that much. It's the fucking egocentric freaking scumbag, lazy freaking bastards that, you know, women too. It ain't gender specific. It's just people that just want. I was talking about that yesterday. I was like, when I say, you know, when I'm dead, I don't got nobody to leave anything to everything I own will be landfill. So I'm not going to freaking collect a bunch of stuff when it's going to be garbage to somebody one day. So, what are you going to do? But I got to get these little critters food going.